This question asks to describe the research method used in Freud's study and also to evaluate it. So in terms of describing it, Freud's study is a case study. And the reason that it's a case study, which is what you need to write in your answer, is because it's done on one individual. So a case study is an individual or a small group of people. So in this one, to get yourself context, you need to say little Hans, who was 3 to 5 years old from Vienna, because that's all the stuff that you know about the sample. So that gives you lots of context. So they're looking at one individual, they're looking at them over a long period of time. So from the age of 3 to 5 years, if you put the age in, that's the context for that point. And then also they're looking in depth and in detail about his horse phobia. So all of that would get you the first 2 marks for 6A. Now for 6B, evaluating, you need to think of what either a good thing or a bad thing about a case study is. Now, I'll go with 2 points. So a bad thing about a case study is that because it's just on one individual, the sample is very small, which means that it's not possible to generalize the findings about why little Hans has a horse phobia to explain anybody else's phobia. It's androcentric because it just looks at a male, so therefore we can't explain females' development of phobias because their experience through the electrocomplex might be completely different and might not actually explain phobias. Can you see there how I kind of talked on a bit about the study to give myself context? That is what you need to do in your answer. You could also say strength. So a strength of the case study is that because it's longitudinal, done over a long period of time, so in this case it was when he was 3 to 5, so it was 2 years, it means that little Hans's phobia of horses can be looked at in a lot of detail, get a lot of qualitative data, which means we can find out the real reasons why he's got that horse phobia. So because he's going through the Oedipus complex, and that makes it more valid, and then obviously we know the reasons for that behaviour. So that could also be for that B question. So you can have a strength or a weakness. If you can think of anything else, like the fact that qualitative data was collected, that's fine. But you need to focus on the features of the case study. So either the small sample, a long period of time, or the fact that they get lots of in-depth qualitative data that gives reasons for behaviour. So any of those would have got you the marks.